Right, I'm going to try doing this in a different way. So we're going to show you how to set this out in your books. So I've got my page here. First thing is title, which is waves. Let's do this properly. Got my ruler, and I'm going to underline that. Sorry about my little sore on my hand from a trip and a fall when I was running, but it is a surface wound. Trust me. Anyway, and I won't show it much. And today's date is the 18th of May, which is 05/2020. Underline my date as well. Let's do it good. Classwork. Wonderful. Right, we're going to draw some waves, okay? But we need to kind of do some planning first. So I'm coming down a couple of lines. That's a few lines. And then I'm just going to put some centimetre dots on. So I'll start at the margin actually, because then it'll be easier. So I know where I'm starting from. So I'm just putting some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go to 10. And same 2 lines down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, and now we're going to draw some waves. I'm going to start here. Okay, and I'm going to go up to this one here, and then round it off, and then come down to here, and then up, and then down, and then up. Again, it's hard to do. You don't have to do loads. I've done, so I'll stop there. Okay, I've drawn there 5 waves. It starts here, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4 and 5. Okay, a quick way of counting the number of waves is to count the number of peaks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or the number of troughs. Yeah, so this is a trough. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 troughs. So it doesn't always work. But here I have to, that's definitely 1. That's definitely 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5 waves. And we call these 5 cycles. It's repeating the same pattern 5 times. It's cycling round. Okay? So we're going to do a little bit of terminology. So I'm going to go from this peak. I'm just going to say, so from there to this peak, that's got a name. Because we're going to use these names to describe waves. So from there to there, that's called a wavelength. I'll switch back to my pen. So that's a wavelength. One word, wavelength. And we can vary the wavelength. We can make it longer or shorter. And then there's another term as well that is basically it's the height of a peak above the origin. Now, the origin is this central line here. So there's a central line that goes through it all, like the middle point. So that's the origin. And a wave, and the amplitude is how much it goes up. So from there to there. I've now got no space to write it. So I'll do it like that. That's the amplitude. Hopefully you can do it better. Maybe only do 4 waves and then it will fit in better. So that's the amplitude, how much it goes up by. Okay? And there's one other thing. That this would happen over time. So imagine if this is waves in the sea. The waves kind of pass over time. So let's just highlight 4 waves. Makes my maths easier. So let's go, say, from there to there. I've done that in pen, I should have done that in pencil. Again, you can improve on this. So this, let's call that 2 seconds. Okay. And therefore, we need to know about another word called frequency. So underneath I can put frequency. So Q equals the number of cycles per second. And it's measured in hertz. Which is Hz. It's sometimes better when you do hertz to do Hz, do a Z like it's like you don't normally do a Z, but it emphasises that because that looks a bit like a 3. If I didn't put a line through it, it'd look like a 2. So yeah, it's sometimes better just do it like that if you're writing. So what's the frequency of this? Well, I've got 4 cycles in 2 seconds, and the frequency is the number of cycles per second. So how many cycles have I got in 1 second? Well, I've got 2. So the frequency in this example is, so frequency of the waves above, of the waves shown, let's put that, equals, well, it is, 2 hertz, 2 Hz, cycles per second. This video, I think, is in 30 frames per second. It's 30 hertz. Right, what I want you to do, I want you to draw me 2 more waves patterns, okay? So you are going to draw 3 cycles. So 1, 2, 3. Put in brackets waves with colon. So the first one I want a greater wavelength or longer wavelength. Greater, longer. You would say longer rather than greater. And I want a smaller amplitude. So currently my amplitude covers a line. So your amplitude needs to be less than a line. Okay, your wavelength needs to be longer. So have a go. You can do that underneath here. I'll come down a bit so you've got space. Obviously you're not going to go in my space. And number 2, I want a shorter wavelength. Again, 3 again, and a greater amplitude. Remember, currently it's a line, therefore, why not do that one to half a line and this one to 2 lines? Okay, so I shall leave that with you. Hopefully that was not too painful for you.